Hi, I'm Kim Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Woman, and I want to let you know about a very, very important upcoming event that if you have any interest whatsoever in real estate, you're going to want to be there. It is September 12th and 13th, and it is called the Rich Dad Real Estate Summit. It will be put on by Robertson, my investment partner, Ken McElroy, and I'll tell you, I keep learning and have learned so much from Ken. He is one of the most brilliant people when it comes to real estate, specifically apartment buildings. And he is going to talk to you about how you find a deal, how you analyze a deal, how you put a deal together, how you negotiate the deal, how you then come up with the financing, all of the things, what you look for due diligence, what makes a good deal, what makes a bad deal. So I think especially in these times when the prices of real estate are coming down, when there's going to be so much opportunity out there, the Rich Dad Real Estate Summit is really something that I'm going to highly, highly recommend. And again, I want to tell you just a little bit about Ken McElroy. When I first met Ken, he was introduced by a friend of ours, and we started talking, and he and Robert and I are totally aligned on our philosophy, and of course that philosophy is you buy an asset that produces cash flow, and that's what he was all about. And I got very excited, and at the time he was primarily doing just property management, not development, not purchasing, things like that. So I got very excited. I'm like, oh, finally, I've got somebody that can manage my properties. Because I had gotten to a point where I was kind of in this level of 30 to 40 unit apartment buildings, but I couldn't do any more because I was pretty much managing them all myself. And I only had so much time, so I had pretty much stopped buying property. And I'm like, oh, great, now I can keep buying more property because Ken can manage it. And I said, would you manage my properties? And Ken goes, well, I have just one problem. I said, what's that? He said, I only manage properties of 120 units or more. And I went, oh, no. And then I went, oh, so obviously my next property had to be 120 units or more. So thanks to Ken, he raised the bar, he upped the standard, and really inspired me to do the bigger deals. And so I did the 120 units, and from there now we're doing 200, 300 units. But it's because he raised the bar, and he taught me about also the things that I needed to learn in terms of growing my portfolio and growing my real estate. So today I continue to learn from Ken. He's a fantastic partner for Robert and for me with our investments. And the one thing I'll tell you about Ken McElroy, he underpromises and he overdelivers. And I guarantee you that's what you'll get at the 2 days at the Rich Dad Real Estate Summit. Thank you.